Hey guys, this is Kieran from Server.pro, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to set up the plugin server channels on your Minecraft Pocket Edition server, so that you can create channels in-game, like so that you can have different players speaking to different people in certain groups. This would be great if you've got multiple worlds and you want to have groups or server channels in each specific world, or if you want to have a staff chat or an admin chat or something along those lines. It's a fantastic, handy plugin, and it's very easy to set up. So let's get straight into it. So the first thing that we need to do is make sure the plugin is compatible with our server. You can do this by going to this link in the description. This is the plugin page, and on the right hand side you can see the supported API versions. So you can see the following versions which it supports. So once you know which version it supports, go to the control panel for your Minecraft server, then go to the console, and then just run version and click enter. And then it should tell you the version which your server is running on. So you can see it's version 3.0.0-alpha 12, which is one of the supported versions here, which is fantastic. So now that we know that, we can copy this direct download link. So right click it and then click copy link address, then go to the control panel, go to files, go to plugins, and then upload file in the top right, and then click upload from web and paste that URL there. When you're installing this, make sure it does end in .phar, otherwise it's not a direct link. If it's not a direct link, download the file to your computer and then you can upload it using the select files feature here. However, just go ahead and click upload. Then once it's uploaded, you can go ahead and restart the server. Now the server is restarting, and once it's finished restarting, you should be able to refresh the page and see the files appear here. So we'll give it a moment to do that. So now that it's restarted, we'll click refresh, and then you should see a new folder appear called server channels. So that's fantastic. So now what we can do, we can go in game and take a look at the plugin. But before we do that, I want to show you a few things on the server channels plugin page. So you can see under the plugin description, there are a few helpful tabs here, which I would advise that you go ahead and read. It contains some useful information, which I will be covering in the tutorial. However, it's good to refer back to all of this information. As you can see, there's one for creating and configuring a channel, then there's one for the configuration, and then there's one for commands and permission. If you want players to be able to use commands with this plugin, you will need to set up permissions. I would recommend watching our Pure Perms tutorial. This covers all the things you need to know about adding permissions to your server. And you can see all the available permissions here which you can give to users so that they can use this plugin. Otherwise, they will receive a message saying they don't have access to this command and only OPs will be able to run the commands. So now that we've covered that, let's go ahead and join our server and take a look at some of the commands available in the plugin. So as you can see, I've just joined my Minecraft server. So let's run the command /sch and then list. And this displays all of the available channels that are created with the plugin. So as you can see, by default, it comes up with users, private, staff, and admin. So they're just the default ones that are generated with the plugin. So let's say we wanted to go ahead and join the staff channel. We would type /sch join, and then the channel name, which is staff, and then the password. So by default, the staff password is actually just password. So let's go ahead and type that and then click enter. And then as you can see, I've joined the staff channel. And now if I type something in the chat, it will come up saying I'm speaking in staff. So that's fantastic. We've confirmed that the plugin is working. So let's say you wanted to create your own channel. So let's put /sch create, let's put Server.pro. And then we've created our new channel. So now if we wanted to join this channel, we would need to leave the one that we're currently in. So /sch leave staff, and then /sch join Server.pro. And then we didn't set up a password for this one yet, so we can go ahead and join it just like so, and then type in the chat again, and it will come up like it does there. So as you can see, the color codes are a bit different there. That's because we've not configured this yet. So now let's go back to the control panel, and then we'll go to files, and then plugins, and then inside of the server channels folder that we generated before, and then we'll go inside of channels.yml. So this displays all of the information for the channels that are in game. So as you can see, we've got the default ones here: admin, staff, private, users, and the one we just created. So we'll go over the one that we've just created. So you can see the name here. You can actually change this if you wanted to. So if I wanted to change it to Server.pro 1, I could do that. However, I'm just going to leave it as the one I set it up with. And then the prefix, so you may want to change this yourself, and you can do this using color codes also. As you can see in the chat, it came up with color codes before. It's got a nice blue, then a green, and then the rest of the message is in blue too. So you can do this using formatting codes. I'll include a link to this page in the description down below, and you can see all of the available color codes here. So let's say we wanted to copy the other codes, we'd go in game and take a look at what they were set up with. So you can see it's an and B and an and A, which is light blue and then a light green. So let's go ahead and do that. So and B and then and A. and then we'll add a capital letter and space it out nicely. So as you can see, I've set it up with some color codes and I've changed the spacing a little bit to look nice. Now the next setting is a suffix, so this is what appears at the end, and this isn't often used, so I'm just going to leave it like that. Then next is the format, so this displays how it is actually displayed in the chat. So at the moment it comes up with the prefix, then the player's username, and then the message. So I'm actually going to remove the arrows also and put a colon, as I think colons look a bit nicer than the arrows. However, that's completely up to you. So the next setting is hidden. So this is whether the chat is visible to all the players on the server or people just in the channel. If it's set to true, only people in the channel will be able to see those messages. So the next setting is auth. So this stands for authentication. So if you want to be able to set a password for people to join this channel, you would put password here, and then on the password part below, you would put 2 quotes and then the password inside. So let's say we wanted to put, I don't know, YouTube. People would have to type YouTube to be able to join them. Now you can also set up the authentication with the whitelist, and then you can enter the player's username just below on this whitelist area. However, I prefer to use the password, and I think most people would prefer that too. So now that we've configured this, you can click Save File, and then restart the server. And then once it's restarted, we can go ahead and join the server to take a look at the changes we've made. So quickly before we go ahead and join the server, you can take a look at the config.yml file. This file is very basic. It displays the date and time format that you can use. It displays the default channel if you want a default channel when people join the server. And then it defines the name of that channel if you want that to be used. So if you did want to enable this, just click true. And then change the channel name if you wanted to set up your own one, or if you wanted to use the default one, and then click save, and then you would restart your server again to apply those changes. So as you can see, I've just joined the server again. So let's go ahead and join the Server.pro channel again. So this time, because we've set up a password, we will need to type that here. So if I type YouTube, then it works and it will say I've joined the channel. If you type the wrong one, it won't allow you to join the channel. So now if we type in the chat and just put hi, you can see that it does come up with the color codes that we've set it with, and it's showing the colon like it does there. So that's fantastic. So that's the plugin all configured. It's very simple to use. Now again, I would like to remind you that if you have this plugin set up on your server and you have players that you want to be able to use the join message or leave message or so on, you will need to set up the permissions which are displayed on the server channel. So make sure you check out this tutorial too. I'll link it down below so you can learn how to set up permissions too. If you run into any problems at all setting up this plugin, make sure you contact our support. You can contact them on the support page or go in the description and there'll be a link to contacting support there. And we'll be more than happy to help you work through any issues that you may have. Other than that, feel free to comment down below with any suggestions for new tutorials that you'd like to see on the channel. And I hope that you have a fantastic day. Goodbye.